All right, let's talk about DNT qd150 quick disconnect mounts. All right, so here's the base. Here is the mount that comes with it. This mount comes with multiple little slots. These slots slide inside this rail right here. See, like that right there? Whoop, whoop. They fill up the gap on the pick rail and are held in place by these little tiny screws that come in the package. Those little tiny screws sit down in here. Comes with this little tiny Allen. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I just want to give a review. Okay. This little tiny Allen holds these little tiny screws. This is the piece that mounts to your thermnight or your Hydra. And before you do this step, you want to mount your base onto your rifle or your PCP. Utilize whichever Picatinny rail fits into this pick slot. As you can see, there's a pick slot. Let's move it. There's another pick slot. There's a pick slot. Skips a little bit. There's another pick slot. See how it'll adjust forward or back and lock in on this pick filler. So after you figure out what will give you the best eye relief from your buttstock, you then fill in the gaps. There are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes with 4 fillers. Comes with 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 fillers per rail that gets mounted to the bottom of your scope. That way you have one open that connects to the mount for your PCP or rifle. And then we're going to talk about the mount itself. Okay. You guys see this is unlocked. Here is locked. Press this tab down and this, or this tab down, and then unlocked. It allows us to open and close. Let me show you a little something. So it's open right now. Let's pretend that this is mounted on the PCP. Alright? So it ships to you exactly like this. This is, I haven't touched it. I haven't messed with it. Okay. It is locked into a pick rail. Do you hear that? See how loose it is? You hear it? Okay, that's no big deal. After you tighten this down on the pick rail of whatever PCP or rifle that you're shooting, this side right here is spring loaded, you push it down, and then this lever you push down as well. Come over here to this screw side and you tighten it clockwise. So here we go. You can see it's not quite right. Clockwise tightens it. Counterclockwise loosens it. It is cut for the shape of that hex. So you have to make sure, see, it has to be sunk down in. And then here's the beautiful part. So imagine all these pick rails are filled. You know, let's say this one is empty, this one's full, this one's full, this one's full. What that'll do is it allows you to get the exact same placement onto this setup, regardless of if you pull it on or pull it off and put it back on. It'll always return to the exact same spot. For instance, if you're using the thermnight and you have a BC set up for whatever, it's always going to go to the exact same spot. So as you can tell, I've got it too tight. I can't even put it in. And let's again imagine that you have this base already mounted onto your rifle or PCP. So this one's filled up. Let's imagine these ones are filled up. Still can't get it on. And this is already mounted to your PCP or rifle. Let's go ahead and open this top mount up a little bit more. The top mount is controlled by the center. These do not affect your top mount. Okay, so let's go for the same one, imagining that these are all filled up. Okay, there it goes. It's in there. It gets clamped by turning that. Oh, it's pretty loose. We don't want that. You release it by pushing this down, flipping this up. Okay, so it's vertical. Turn it clockwise. Here's a 90 degree. Let's move that a little bit. 90-degree setup. That's 1/4 turn. Still pretty loose. Let's go 1/2 turn. And it sits back in that cutout countersink. This is 3/4 of a turn. See right here? This is why these fill up these slots. So if these were filled the same as this one is, the only open slot is this one. Okay, and it will always sit right there. Nope, no good. Push that button down, flip that lever, pull it off. If you push down on this tab right here, see how that pops out? Okay, so that's what's happening is I'm pushing down on the tab on the opposite side. There's another 1/2 turn. Let's see. We're going to pretend that these 3 are filled up with those tiny screws and the fillers. So this one's full, this one's full, and this one's full. Our only pick access is this guy right here, because the rest of them look like this. The fillers with the tiny screw. It's flush, by the way. Okay, see how it sits down in there? There's a little tension there. Nope. I am squeezing pretty hard. Give it another 1/2 turn. So here's what we do. Oh man, okay, there we go. We open it up. Set the pick rail to the side. Push it down. Back it off 1/4 of a turn. Remember, imagine land. These 3 are full. Okay, so that's alright. I mean, it's solid. The only rattle you hear is from these screws being loose. So let me tighten those up real quick. So now that those screws are tight, and then you see how easy it is to detach. So again, if this is full, and this is full, the only option it has is to sit back in there, locked in, pops right out. If you want more tension, you know, because that wasn't a whole lot, you get more tension by unlocking this lever, pushing down on it, and giving this nut a small turn. Or it's not even a nut, it's really a set screw. Okay. That one's filled up. This one is open. Pretend land. This one is filled up. And these two are filled up. So I mean, you just saw there was one flat that got adjusted, but the amount of force to lock this thing into place is insane. So as you can see, you can lock it into place, you can force it closed, but here's where having to force this closed becomes an issue. If you have a Hydra or a thermnight and you plan on using your thermnight or Hydra as a thermal monocular and you're doing a scan with it, it becomes a pain in the ass to pop it on and pop it off if it's this tight. I mean, I can't even unlock this single-handedly. And it's not even mounted. So I'm going to set you down. Literally, it takes two hands. And that's only on one flat difference. So that one's full. This one isn't. We're pretending this one is. And it's, I mean, it's solid. So you just have to be smart about it, man. I mean, trial and error. This is just a how-to setup. The qd150. Don't throw away these tiny little guys. And be very careful about cross-threading the little tiny screws. Because, yeah, they are very prone to cross-threading. That's the downside to working with small pieces. But like I said, the qd150 comes with these. And before you fill in the pick gaps, my highest recommendation is to figure out, after mounting this whole piece to your scope itself, mount it to the scope itself, find out where works for you on the eye relief, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have 5 options. Find the one that works, make note of it, and then fill in the gaps. Like such. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill those 4 in. That way, every time you disconnect and reconnect, it returns to the same position. That's all I got for you guys. Hope it helps.